education as an IELTS instructor. You know, hassle-free education is helping international students to prepare IELTS, and they have lots of skilled trainer, as the Steve is a British natives who help the student to get higher score, expected score in terms of speaking and lessons. And in my turns, I will help the learner, I will help the participant to prepare yourself, reading and write. Before that, I like to know everyone here, the participant I can see, Samia Khan. Please, Samia, could you please introduce yourself?
Sir, it's me Samia Khan and I have done BS Honors in Economics. Now I am a teacher of a primary school.
Okay, Samia, are you from Pakistan?
Yes, sir, I'm from Pakistan.
So what is your expected score? Which score you are expecting in IELTS?
I don't know, sir, but my English is not so good.
No problem. We will help you to have your expected score. Keep touch with us. And talk about Mahir Shahriyar. Mr. Mahir Shahriyar, please, could you introduce yourself?
Hello, assalamu alaikum, sir. My name is Muhammad Mahir Shahriyar Khan. I am from Bangladesh.
Okay.
I graduating. Sorry, I am an admission seeker for universities. I live in Noakhali, and it is a district of Bangladesh.
What is your educational background?
My studies is now at National University, Noakhali Government College, BBA, Finance and Banking Department.
Okay. So are you looking to study in abroad?
Yes, sir.
That's why you are participating. So we will help you. Keep touch with us. We will help you to have your respected score, which will help you to study in renowned university around the world. Let's talk about the names. Mahir Khan, Mutahir, Mr. Mutahir Rahman. Could you please introduce yourself, Mr. Mutahir? Mr. Mutahir, are you listening to me? And Najmul Islam Riyadh. Najmul, please introduce yourself.
Myself, Niamul Islam Riyadh. I am from Bangladesh. Now I am living Dhaka. I did my post-graduation, University of Dhaka, Banking and Insurance Department. And I'm also did my graduation, Daffodil International University, major in banking, major in finance. And I'm going for
why you are interested for IELTS course?
Because I want to get a higher study in UK's universities. For that reason, I want to sit for IELTS.
Thank you, Mr. Mahir. Thank you very much. Keep touch with us to have your respected score. Now I like to introduce Mahir Shahriyar, Najmul Islam, Samia Khan. So we have other Muhammad Hassan. Mr. Muhammad Hassan, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Mahmudul Hassan. I live in Bangladesh at Munshiganj, and recently I complete my BBA, Management Department, National University, and I want to go UK for higher study.
Thank you.
That's it, sir.
You would like to study in UK. So let me talk about, for all the participants here, what is IELTS? As we know, IELTS that means International English Language Testing Systems. The test is conducted by Cambridge University, UK. The exam is conducted by some organization like British Council, IDP, or some Australian English assignments. And it is operating 140 countries around the world. The purpose of IELTS to study some renowned university, first 12 countries university. The main thing for IELTS is that for graduation, if you like to study graduation at any university in first 12 country, that you have to achieve 6 score, at least 6 score for graduation. For first graduation, this is the precondition for getting first graduation to admit. You need to achieve in IELTS 6.5 score. That's why before doing IELTS, you have to gather what is IELTS and why do you need to do IELTS, what score you need to achieve. And the certificate is 2-year validity. It has a 2-year validity. You have to utilize the certificate in 2 years. So preparing, in terms of preparing, we need to remember that whether are we eligible to have this score for our ambition to study in our choice university. Some university require 6.5 score, 7 score. And so if you like to have a scholarship depend on your high score of IELTS as well as your academic backgrounds. Now we have some discuss about IELTS. You can see some sort of themes. What is IELTS? We can see some material. This is the material of the IELTS. For preparing, I like to suggest you before doing IELTS. As you can see in the screen, this is Cambridge IELTS. This is the very fine material you need to collect yourself. Very helpful for you to prepare yourself. Let's discuss about IELTS. As you can see in the screen, IELTS, 2 categories of IELTS. I have discussed IELTS mean International English Language Testing Systems. It has 2 parts, academic IELTS and general trainings. What does academic IELTS mean? Academic IELTS mean that if you like to study some university and colleges in some country like UK, Canada, Australia, you require and you need to sit for academic IELTS. If you like to settle yourself in some country like UK or job purpose, work permit visa, you need to sit for the general IELTS. The parts of IELTS are 4. As you can see in the screen, IELTS, there are 4 parts: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Reading, writing, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. It has 4 parts. We have discussed about the reading part. First of all, start from listening part. Listening part, in this part, you will be able to answer 40 questions by listening some record. You will, in the exam hall, some recording will be played. You have to answer 40 questions by listening some recordings. If you are looking to have 7 score, you need to make correct. We need to make ensure 30 question correct. For listening part, there are 40 questions. Among 40 questions, if you are looking to have 7 score, you need to ensure correct 30 questions. And if you like to have the looking for 6.5, you need to correct among 40, you need to correct 26 answers. Let's talk about the reading part. As you can see in the screen reading part, there are 3 passages in the IELTS reading part, and time is 3 section, 40 types of question, and time is 40 minutes. This is reading part. In an hour, that means in 60 minutes, you have to answer 40 questions. Same thing, the scoring system. If you are looking to have 6.5 score, you have to ensure that you are getting 26 question correct among 40. This is about reading part. Now let's talk about writing, academic and general. There are 2 categories of academic and general are same. This is a different module we have discussed. Academic writing, in the writing there are 2 tasks, 2 essay, 2 tasks. Candidate are requested, candidate are advised to write in the academic one. Task 1 is some sort of picture will be given. If you understand the picture well, you have to answer clearly in 20 minutes, and instruction is given. Time is 20 minutes, and at least 150 word. We will discuss in today's classes. Task 2 is the time is 40 minutes. In 40 minutes, candidates are advised, instructed to write at least 250 words at any essay. We will discuss in the classes today. This is about the IELTS. Now you can have question to me if you don't understand about IELTS. You can ask me question as if you don't understand as I talk about IELTS. Do you have any question about IELTS? Excuse me, do you have any question about IELTS?
No, sir. Understood.
Thank you very much. So let's talk about the module of overall module. We will discuss. As you can see in the screen, this is about the listening module. Listening module. In this module, you have to answer 40 questions by listening some recordings will be played in your exam hall, main exam hall. And what you have to do, you have to point out, you have to use your pen and pencil, point out the question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 4 sections. We are watching the section 1. In the section 1, there are 4 questions. You have to answer by listening some recording. 2 people will discuss about a topic. If you understand well, you can write correct answer 10 questions. This is about the dialogues, but the thing is that in the listening part, you may face some pronunciation problem. That's why our hassle-free education hire by high-skilled English native teacher Steve. Steve is an English native teacher who will teach you listening and speaking part, because listening depends on your pronunciation. If you don't understand well pronunciation, you cannot write correct answer. How the British people speak, this is very important for us, for all the candidates to do well in the listening part. This is listening part, section 1, section 2. In the section 2, you will have to instruct to answer, to listen some monologues. A person will talk about a topic. If you understand well, you need to answer more 10 questions. Section 2. In section 3, this is about the section 3. In the section 3, you will have a recording in your exam hall about the table talk. 2, 3 people will discuss. If you understand well, you have to understand, you have to write 10 more questions. And this is about the section 3. Section 4, section 3 and 4. In the section 4, a lecture will be played. Lecture may be recorded from some university teacher lecture, some then will be played in the real task. If you understand the lecture well, you have to answer more 10 questions. Total 40 question we need to answer in the listening part. Time is 30 minutes, and rest of the recording 10 minutes will be given to transfer your answer in the answer sheets. So if you are looking to have 9 score in the listening part, will be possible. The very important thing for you that English pronunciations. The people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India are struggling with the pronunciation. That's why hassle-free education is a center. We are helping students by trainer of British trainers, British native trainers, Steve and myself, Najimuddin. I have completed my first graduation from Cambridge University. I have experience to help the student how to get high score and expected score. Let's talk. We understood the listening part. Now we have to discuss about the reading part. As you can see in the reading part, the passage, there are 3 passages. This is the passage, very large one. Same passage we will have in our real exam, three passages. Look at how large the passage one. The last 3 passages we need to read, as well as we have to answer this kinds of question, like this question. As you can see in the screen, this kinds of question, maybe true, false, not given, or fill in the blanks, maybe like this one, or the second passage, the large one, second passage, and large ones, second passage, large one. As you can see, the large one, second passage, this passage as well. And total, we need to read in total, we need to read 3 passages, a large one. Each passage may contain 900 to 1200 words. But the thing in here, reading part, nothing comments. Any sorts of passages can be given in your real task, maybe from science background, maybe from medical science, maybe from environmental science. Any sorts of passages are given in the reading part. If you are able to read very quickly, if you know some technique and strategy, what we will train our learner in our total IELTS reading and writing courses, we will train our learner how to save your times, how to answer very rapid possible time, how to get 9 score, how to get 7 score. We will train. But the thing is that challenging for us, maintaining time in the reading part. You have understood that the 3 large passages, you need to read the 3 large passages and you need to answer 40 questions in an hour. That means 60 minutes. This is very challenging for the student who live in Bangladesh, Pakistan, or some non-native country, because I mentioned earlier in the reading part, nothing comments you may have in your real tasks. So remember that you need to follow some strategy. What we will train you, we will train our learner. This is our experience to train our learner, those who are expecting 80 score in readings. If they follow our instructions, I can assure them to have 80 score. But the main thing for, if you don't know the word meaning, vocabulary, if you don't have a habit of reading English newspaper, magazine, our technique will not work with you. So I recommend you for reading parts. From now, if you are expecting 80 score or 7.5 score, I recommend you to start reading English newspaper, English magazine, some English book. The person who are from English background, they can do well. Otherwise, the student who don't have a habit of reading English news magazine, they will have to face some struggle in the part. And our help will with you to have good score. This is about the reading part. Same thing you have to follow in the reading part. If you are expecting 7 score in the reading part, you need to ensure 30 question correct among 40. If you are looking to have 6.5 score, you need to correct 26 question at least. Remember that 6.5 score is the good score for IELTS preparation, IELTS candidate, because in IELTS there is no failing score. But why we are doing IELTS? Everyone must say we are doing IELTS for getting higher education. So no university and colleges accept your application if you have below 6 score in for your graduation. If you have 6.5 score, below 6.5 score for your first graduation. So very important thing for us, the person who are preparing for IELTS, very important thing for us to do, to ensure yourself 6 or 6.5 score. As you know, we also helping our learner to apply in university, and our UK office, our assistants are help you to apply yourself for study, and you will get free advice. That's why this is my experience saying, if you study, if you are doing IELTS for study abroad, this is very important and essential and for you to have 6.5 score or 6 score. And this, in this aim, we are helping, we are assisting our learner. This is about the reading module. Let's talk about the writing module. This is about the writing modules. In the writing modules, as you can see in the screen, this is task 1. In this part, there are 2 modules, 2 tasks. One is task 1. In the task 1, you can see a picture. That is the questions. First of all, you have to understand the question well. If you understand the question, you have to write by understanding the picture, what the picture like to indicate what you understand about the picture. You need to write at least 150 word a paragraphs or summary or report, and your time is 20 minutes. But very important thing for you, if you don't have foundation English, if you are not able to write some sentence of your own by using grammar or some word, you cannot do in the right part, because you know IELTS, what does it mean? It means International English Language Testing Systems. And the authority of IELTS, Cambridge University, justify the student whether you know English well or not. So there is nothing common. As we study our university and colleges, we have some common question in our final test. The question, the lesson we were taught in our academic period. But in IELTS, the thing you study, the thing you read, nothing will be common, because this is a language test. For language test, you have to learn some strategy, and you have to make some techniques to have a good score. What we will help for every module: reading, writing, speaking, loss, listening. We have smart trainers, as you have know with us, as you are introduced with us, Steve, and I am. You will have good experience with us. Then you can share your problem with us. We will help you always to have a score, expected score. And you must have you have seen this screen. This is about the picture. Task 1. If you understand the picture, what the picture like to instruct you, like to give you informations, once you understand, in 20 minutes, you need to answer a paragraph or a summary, at least 150 words. This is about task 1. Now let's talk about task 2. This is about task 2. We are talking today's class about task 2. Task 2 is a essay writing, at least 250 words. You have to write at least 250 words regarding, in accordance with the question requirement. For example, you can see the question, what the requirements. There is something required. For example, if I read the questions, Some people believe that it is good to share as much information as possible in scientific research, business, and academics world. Others believe that some information is too important for too valuable to be shared freely. The question, if you understand the question well, then you are advised to discuss both view and give your opinions. And you are advised to write, give reason for your answer, and include your reliable example from your own knowledge and experience. What does it mean? That means nothing from your memory. In IELTS writing part, you have to write every sort of essay or summary of your own knowledge. Oh, that's why I like to recommend the person who have very weak in English, who are very weak, like to, we have a program, basic English foundation program. This is called 10-day challenge. You can join with the courses to improve your basic English. That will help you to do good in IELTS. Again, I like to say IELTS course is a high top course of English, and it can help you to promote your life to study in UK or some country. So this is about the writing part. Now let's talk about the speaking part. As you can see in the speaking part, in this speaking exams, I was the speaking examiner at British Council. I conducted a speaking exam in Pakistan, in India, in Arabian country, in Bangladesh, some Asian country. I had been working at British Council as a speaking examiner for 10 years. My experience say speaking is very good module to have 9 score and 8 score. Most of the students I found in India and Pakistan, and in terms of when I was in Pakistan for conducting IELTS exam, are easily achieved 9 score, because in the speaking part, if you can speak fluently, if you have good pronunciations, knowledge, if you are able to use some vocabulary, or if you don't have grammatical error, you may have 9 and 8 score in the speaking part. So for skill, you must have to achieve. Let's talk about the module of speaking. In the first part, examiner will ask the name, candidate name, candidate living places, like he like, study or works. In the second part, there are 3 parts: part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 2, you can see there is a part 2 a cue card. This is called cue card in speaking language. Speaking in IELTS term, we call it cue card. Cue card means some questions, a specific topic. For example, here you have a topic: describe an occasion when you had to wait too long time for someone or something to arrive. You have some questions. Look at the question: who and what you were waiting for, how long you had to wait, why you had to wait for some time. The cue and the topics, if you understand cue and the topic, you will be advised to speak on the topic 2 minutes. This is the cue card. And the third part, in the third part, examiner will ask the candidate some extra question cue card related. This is about total time is 15 minutes. In the 15 minutes, first personal question can be asked, and the examiner will provide you a cue card and a extra question. And if we are looking to have 9 score and 8 score, it is possible. But I need to ensure that whether I have good skill in fluency, the fluency that spontaneously, whether you are able to speak or not, the first condition. The second condition is that your pronunciation. I mentioned earlier, the people in Pakistan, India, and some non-native country, Arabian, Chinese country, are not well in pronunciation. That's why we hire an English native trainer. Steve is an English native trainer who will teach you speaking, who will teach you listening. Because if you keep touch with the Steve sir is very smart one to teach you how to pronounce English like a British people. Help you very well. It has helped you to get 9 score in speaking. This is my experience. Is in my job for years. As you know, I had been working for speaking examiner at British Council for long 10 years. So fourth thing, pronunciation, fluency, vocabulary, and your grammatical corrections. I think you understand well. If you have some question as far I have given you, you can ask me the question, please. Do you have any questions? I have given some information about total IELTS. Please, can you ask?
Sir, I didn't understand part 3 in speaking.
Part 3. Okay. Did you understand part 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the part 3, regarding part 2, examiner will ask you some question related cue card. For example, if you are given in the cue card, describe about your best friend. And in the part 3, you will be asked some question regarding best friend. Examiner may ask you, how well you just a best friend? Examiner may ask you, what do you mean by best and bad, good and bad friend? And examiner may ask you, who are your best friend in school and colleges? Do you think book is your best friend? Do you think your parent is your best friend? Do you think your teacher is your best friend? Some related question, cue card related question will be asked in the part 3. Time is 5 minutes. In the cue card, time is 5 minutes. In the personal question, time is 4 and 3 minutes. Total 14 and 15 minute time for the speaking module. I think you
Thank
understand.
sir. Yes, sir, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, anyone, if you can ask me question, anyone regarding IELTS, because if you don't understand well about IELTS, you cannot do well preparation. That's why first thing is that you have to understand what is the IELTS test. Then you can do better. Please, you can ask me freely. Freely, you can ask me your requirements, or the thing you didn't understand. Please ask freely. We are here in the classes. We are freely helping our learners. Don't be hesitated. Please ask me the question what you don't understand. I think you understand well. Is it?
So I have a question.
Yes, please. You can.
Sir, 15 minutes for all parts.
Yeah, 15 minutes for the part 1, part 2, and part 3. For all part, your time is 15 minutes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now today's classes, I will have discussed about writing module. Then my turn is to discuss writing module. Or if you like to request, if you like to start from reading, you can tell me, or writing one. Which one we will have to start, reading or writing one?
Sir, reading.
Readings. Anyone, please comment your opinion.
Yes, sir. Start with reading.
Readings. Other one, please. Shall we start from reading or writing one? Okay. If you all are agree to start from reading, we have to start from reading today's classes. But I like to request you all to note some point for the readings, and by your note papers. And if you are agree with me to start reading modules, I like to request you all to note some point for reading, please. Let's have a note from reading part. Okay, shall we start from reading? Or
Yes.
you, so first thing for the reading, I have mentioned the readings. Reading is very challenging part in IELTS because it has large passages and very shortest time. You have to find out answer and read the passage. First one. Secondly, the word they use in the reading part, are very complicated words, rather some simple words. So if you are not if you are not familiar with the uncommon word, you have to face some struggle. Second point. Third point is that the reading parts maintains your times. So the person who are familiar, the person who have English backgrounds, like English medium study, they can do easily, but they need to some techniques. Today's classes, I will teach you some technique and strategy regarding reading parts. I like to request you note down the types of question. Please, you have to note down the types of question. There are 7 types of question in the reading part. Please note down 7 types of question in the reading part. There are 7 types of question in the reading part. We need to answer 40 questions. Time is 60 minutes. The number 1 type is list of heading. We will discuss about list of heading. Number 1, you can note down list of heading. Number 2 is matching information. Number 3 is fill in the blanks. Then true, false, not given. Multiple choice, answering questions, and completing sentence. You can note, or if you have remembered, you don't have to note. The 7 type of question, if you can remember, you don't have to note, or if you don't have remembered, I like to say again, 7 type of question. Number 1, list of heading. Number 2, matching information. Number 3 is fill in the blanks. 4, multiple choice. 5, true, false, not given. 6, completing sentence. 7, answering questions. These are the common type of question you have to answer. Now I like to know from anyone, what do you understand about the reading part? Could you please tell me, anyone, what do you mean by IELTS readings and times? Please tell me one person. Have you understand about IELTS reading?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how many pages you have to read, or you have to, how many questions you have to answer?
There will be 3 passages. First, in the first passages, we will have 40 questions, and we have to answer this within.
not in the
Sorry,
first
sorry,
passage. Not in the first passage.
whole 3
Whole 3
passages.
pages.
Whole 3
Overall, 40
passages.
questions.
40
40 questions. We have to answer 40 questions, and we have 60 minutes time.
Yes. So what is the challenging for reading part? Why you may not get high score in the reading part? I have mentioned earlier, the challenging part in the reading one is that maintaining times, because you can see how large the passage is one. Are you seeing in the screen clearly? Are you
Yes, sir.
seeing the screen clearly? Look at
Yes,
the
sir.
passage 1. This is very large one, large passage, very large passage. Look at how large the passage, very large one. And a large passage, you need to read in 20 minutes, as well as you need to answer those kinds of questions, those kinds of 13 questions in 20 minutes. Can it be possible in 20 minutes both reading and answering 13 questions?
I don't think so. 20 minutes are not enough.
Not enough, not enough. So that's why you need my help. That's why I will help you to make you able to read and answer 13 questions in 20 minutes. So let's talk. As I have mentioned, how many types of question in reading part we have to answer? Please, can you please tell me how many types of question in reading part you have
40,
to answer?
40 type of
Seven types.
questions.
No, 40 question, but type of question are 7.
Okay, okay, sir.
That are
Yes.
list of heading, true, false, not given. You can see here, true, false, not given. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank means you have to, some word is missing. By reading your passage, what word is missing, you have to find this word. This is called blank, and this is called true, false, not given. Or more question we can see. More question we can see here. This is about the true, false, not given. This is about the fill in the blanks. And two more question we can see. This is about the list of heading. This is called the list of heading. As you can see, list of heading. This is called. This is about the fill in the blank. So this is about the matching information. So type of question are 7. You can see. First of all, you have to be familiar types of question. You have to be familiar technique you follow, which type of question to save your times. So can you please tell me again, type of the question in the reading part?
7.
7, what are they?
List of heading.
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks.
Right.
True, false, or not given.
Right.
MCQs.
Right.
Completing sentence.
Good.
Matching information.
Very good. Now let's talk about the solving techniques. Now we can start from the first passage. The first passage, the first thing is that we don't read the passage fast. The first technique you have to remember, you don't read the passage fast. This is first technique. What do you have to do? You have to go through the question directly. Have you understand the technique first? You don't need to read the passage fast. You have to go through the question directly fast. Is it clear to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the question, once you go through the question, you have to underline some question keyword, question main theme. What do you mean by keyword? So for example, if you read a line that the Pakistan is a middle income country have been declared in recent time. Once you understand the sentence, once you understand the meaning of the sentence, you must find the key points. Could you please tell me the sentence I have told you? Pakistan is a middle income country. What is the key word in the sentences?
Geography.
That means it is about the middle income country, or it's about the Pakistan. Pakistan is a middle income country, but economical status, isn't it? It is
Yes, sir.
economic status. Pakistani economic status is mentioned. This is the main word. Main thing is Pakistani economics. Pakistan conditions country. So every question, if you are not able to find the key points, you cannot do something with the reading module. This is very important for you. Again, I like to mention that don't read the passage fast. Go through the question, read the question, and understand the main theme or main word of the question. Once you understand main word of the question, it save your time. It is very good way to get 9 score in reading module. This is my experience. Now let's have a technique. Let's discuss about it. Here you can see indoor farming. This is the question about fill in the blanks. For answering fill in the blanks type of questions, first of all, read the main points. Here, the main point is indoor farming. That means all the fill in the blanks are discussing about indoor farming. So what we can do, we can use our pencil, underline the word indoor farming. Then you can read the question first. First question you can read. There is some word is missing. For example, if I read the first question, in the first question, some food plant including dash, including blank, some word is missing in here, are already grown indoor. So if you understand the meaning of the sentence, you can understand what is the main things. First, main word is indoor farming. Second, in the first question, we have find some food plant including blanks, some word is missing, are already grown. Before that, we have to follow some instruction. Here are some instructions. No more than 2 words from the passage for is answer. So instruction is that answer should be no more than 2 words. Now, I just focus in the main points. Indoor farmings. Question number 1. Some food plant including blank something are already grown. So the person who understands the meaning of the question, they must understand what is the main points. Can you tell me what is the main point of the question number sentence number 1? Please, if you understand the question number 1, you have to tell me the main points. Some food plant, that means some plant of food, including, that means added, blanks, already grown in indoor. Please, can you tell me the main point of the question? What is the main point of the question? Please.
Food plants.
Food plant, including the already grown indoor. That means which food plant are growing, are planting indoors. So 2 things we have to focus. One thing is that indoor farming. Another thing is some food plant which grow in indoor. Now you remember that? Then go directly to the question from the beginning, to the passage from the beginning. Directly go to the passage from the beginning. And the technique is that screen and scream. That means you don't need to understand the meaning. Just find some word where they talk about indoor farming, where they are talking about some food plant are grown indoors. So we can screen from the beginning, just very rapid possible times. We don't need to understand the meanings. From the beginning, we have find some word like indoor farming, in the paragraph number 2. In the paragraph number 2. Okay. Are you seeing in the paragraph number 2 some word like indoor farming? Are you seeing? Please, can you please tell me? Are you
Yes.
seeing? Can you please read the line where you have find the indoor farming? Can you please, a person, read the line from the paragraph, number 2nd paragraph?
Production of the tomatoes and the other produces has been in wage for this some time.
No, you have to start reading from the 2nd paragraph from the beginning. The concept of indoor farm,
Okay.
because the main point is indoor farming. You cannot miss
Yes.
the indoor farming word. Please start reading from the paragraph, the first line, concept of indoor farming. Please start reading the line, concept. Please read.
Yes. The concept of the indoor farming is not new since House's production of the tomatoes and the other produce has been in vogue for some time.
Wow, bows for some time. So what do you understand by the sentences? Concept, that means the idea of indoor farming is not new. This is not new. This is old method.
Yes, yes, this is old method.
Since hothouse, some places hothouse, that means the time hothouse have been innovated.
Like
Production
greenhouse farming.
of tomato. Tomato isn't it a food plant? Tomato isn't it a food plant?
Yes, it is a food plant.
Tomato and other produce has been in box for some times. So which food plant is grown in indoor? Have you got some
Tomatoes.
idea? Tomato. So now we can go to the question again. Which one is missing in here? Can you please tell me? Some food plant including tomato are
Tomato.
already grown in indoor. Is correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Yes, sir. Correct.
So technique, did you understand? Please tell me the technique I find. Did you understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me which technique you have to find this kinds of question. Please.
First of all, would need to know about key points of the questions.
Yes.
Then
Then you have
go to the
you need to go through the passage. Start
Yes.
reading from the beginning. Start reading from the beginnings. The line you find some key points. Maybe they use some synonym words, but the line you find some concept of the indoor farming. Stop in the line. Read very carefully. Then you find the answer. Now we can do second question. Now I like to request someone to read the question number 7. Question number 2. Question number 2. Who will read the question number 2, please? Anyone? Read
Yes, sir.
question number 2, please.
Vertical farms would be located in plant, means that there would be less need to take them long distance to customers.
Okay, I will help. Vertical farm, somewhat, that means some kinds of farm, vertical farm would be located. What do you mean by located? Means situated.
Place. Place.
Located means situated in some places. What do you have to find? You have to find some places where vertical farm located. Meaning that there would be less need to take them long distance to the customer. So I think you understand the question. Did
Yes,
you?
sir.
So what we have to find in the passage? Which word you will have to find in the passage?
Vertical farms would be less to need.
Location of vertical farm, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Now we can go through the passage from the beginnings. Just start the word, the vertical farm. Just start reading from the second paragraph. Stop the line where you find vertical farm location. Please start reading from the line. What is new in the urgent need to scale up the technology to communicate another 3 million people? Many
Sir, I
believe.
found it.
Yeah, please start reading and stop the line.
Yes,
Line where you find the vertical farm location. Please start reading loudly as all we can listen you.
Okay, sir. One such proposal is the vertical farms, the concept of the multi-story.
Okay, where you find concept multi-story? Okay, concept of vertical multi-story. Then read loudly.
Buildings in which food crops are grown in environmentally controlled condition.
Keep reading.
Situated in the heart of the urban centers, they would drastically reduce the amount of the transportation required to bring food to consumers.
Okay, I like to make it clear. Vertical farm, building in which food crops are grown in environmentally controlled conditions. Situated. What do you mean by situated?
Located.
Means location.
Location. situated in the heart of urban center. Where it is situated?
Heart of
Heart of
urban center.
urban center.
Okay.
Urban
So
center.
did you find the answer?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But what will be the? We can go to the question again. Read the question again. Vertical farm would be located in where it is located.
Heart
In,
of urban city.
but they instruct you no more than 2 words. Heart
Urban
of urban center is 3 or 4 words.
Only urban centers.
You cannot write more than 2 words because they instruct you no more than 2 words. So what will be the answer? Please.
Urban
Located in
cities.
Urban center. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So we all understand. Now I like to ask another person, another participant to read question number
3.
question number. Mr. Kabir Hussain. Mr. Kabir. Mr. Kabir, please, can you read? Kabir Hussain, can you read the question number 3?
Sir, I have one question, please.
Yes, ask question, your question.
In the exam, in the exam, we have to write the whole sentences or the fill in the gaps.
No. You don't need to write whole sentence, just answer. You need to write just answer. Question number
Thank you,
1,
sir.
this answer. Question number 2, this answer. Question number 3, just answer. You don't need to write whole sentences. Okay. So,
Yes.
please, Mr. Kabir, read the question number 3. Mr. Kabir. Okay, or other person who like to read the question number 3. Please, anyone can read the question number 3, and I will help you to the finding answer very easily. Please, anyone read the question number 3.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Vertical farms could use methane for the plants and animals to produce.
Okay, stop. What's your name, please? Your name?
Mubashir Mushtaq.
Mustaq, Mr. Mustaq. You understand
Yes.
question number 3? But vertical farm would use methane. Did you understand vertical farm? That means they use some chemical. Methane is chemical.
Yes. Yes.
From plant. They use methane from plant. And
Yes.
animal, they use both methane and animal they use to produce something. They use some animal and methane. Why they use? What thing they produce? So what is the main thing of the question, Mr. Please, can you tell me what is the main word and main thing of the question? Can you reply? Can you tell me the main thing of the question?
Methane from plants and animal.
Thank you. So what you have to charge? You have to charge methane using. They are methane using an animal.
Yes.
Now
Sir,
we
From
can
animals and plants.
go to this paragraph where you find the last answer, and you can start reading. You don't need to read all the question follow sequence. You don't need to read again from the beginnings. The answer you find in the paragraph, you have to read the rest of the ones. So please, can you please read rest of the line to find the word methane? Please loudly read. Then we can listen. We have read in here. Situated urban center dramatically reduce the amount of transportations required to bring food, transportations, and farm. Vertical farm would need efficient ship to construct, ship operate. If successfully implemented, propounds claims vertical farm offer promise urban renowned sustainable production safe and 2 years. There is nothing between, and we have to
Yes.
read more. We have to go
Yes.
to the line where they talk about methane. Where they talk about methane, we have to go to the line. We did not get any word methane. We went to 1 years to go because most of the land we walk from training bar barges. natural erosions into semi-arid desert with the same time forms. We evolved into an urban species in which 60% of urban population now live. There is no water methane. We have to go through the
Yes,
next
sir.
one.
There is no word.
Okay, we have to go to the next one.
Yes.
Very possible we can read and find out the metanes.
No.
Bringing plants to regions of the great outdoor can do more than hope for the good weather year. However, more open to not now due to the rapidly changed climate. There happen massive flood, drought, hurricanes, no water methane. Support of the vertical farm may be potential advantage of system instant crop. For instant crop would be produced all year round as they keep to the artificially controlled. There would be no weather related crop.
Yes, sir. I found methane word.
Okay, I like to know you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which line you find there? Please, which line?
Yes, sir. Can I read?
Yeah, you can read.
Although the system would consume energy, it would return the energy to grid via methane generation for composting non-edible part of the plant.
Okay, we can stop the lines. Just line. Although the system would consume energy, that means the system need energy.
Yes.
It would need. It would return energy to the grid via methane generation from composting non-allowable part of the plant. So if you understand the question, it is very clear to understand the answer. What do you think? Which word will be the answer? What is your idea? What do you think? Which word will be the answer? Please. What is your conception? Which word will be the answer? The line you find that
Is it
although the system would greatly reduce the incident of many infection. So although the system would consume energy, that means it need energy. It would return energy to the grid via methane generation. So now we can go to the question again.
Yes, sir.
You have to read the question again to find the word missing. Vertical farm could use methane from plant and animal produce. What thing
To
they are
produce
producing?
energy.
Energy, right. Thank you. That means they are using methane for producing energy. Is it clear? Clear.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
But the challenging is that if you cannot understand main things, you will waste your time, because
Yes, sir.
we find rest of the three paragraph. So this is challenging for us. If we feel confused to find the main word, find the keyword, you will waste your time. So you may not get good score in readings. So just one, please. Who like to read the question number 4? Other one, please read the question number 4.
So I have a question.
Yes, you can.
Is it a problem to underline words in paragraph?
No problem. You can underline. You can use your pencil. You can underline the word. There's no big deal. You can underline.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You will be instructed to use pencil, and you can underline some keyword. Then you will be given time to charge the words. So I like to request to read the question number 4. Question number 4 will read Mr. Samia Khan. Please, Samia, please read the question number 4.
The consumption of dash would be cut because agricultural vehicles would be unnecessary.
So consumption, you understand the consumption mean? The consumption of
Yes, sir.
something.
It's meaning
would
consume.
would cut off.
Forgetting energy.
Cut off mean that mean remove from the some places. Cut off from, because agriculture vehicle would be unnecessary. That means some consumption will be cut off because agriculture vehicle don't need they don't need agriculture vehicle. That's why they don't need some goods, something they don't need. What they don't need? What they don't need, because they don't need agriculture vehicle. So what is the main thing of the question? Samia Khan, can you please tell me what is the main theme of the line? Which word you will have to find in the passage?
Consumption.
Consumption of something, and you have to find the unnecessary of agriculture vehicle. Do you know what do you know? What do you mean by agriculture vehicle?
The vehicles being cars or
Can you
buses.
tell me any transport name of using agriculture for agriculture? Transport name for agriculture using tractor. Do you know the tractor? Tractor, do you know?
Yes, sir.
Tractor is a agriculture. So you have to find in the passage where they talk about tractor, where they talk about agriculture vehicle. Now we can go to the passage. This one passage you can have, just start reading and finding the tractor or agriculture vehicle. Please start reading. Line you can have, because every question follow the sequence. This is very easy technique for us for the IELTS reading preparation. Could you please read the line where you have the tractor? Okay, Samia, can you please read the line in this paragraph? As you can see in the screen, there is a tractor.
So we didn't find it
Yo,
in these
now
paragraphs.
the same paragraph we find the last question. Same paragraph, last question you find. Rest of thing you need to read. It would return energy, the last read. It would return energy to wait via methane generation from non-allotable part of the plant. It would also dramatically reduce the fossil fuel use by cutting out the need of tractor, the need for the tractor, plant, and shipping. Have you find the tractor word?
Yes, yes, sir.
Please read again. Read again the
Okay,
line.
sir.
Read again the line. It would also, it would also dramatically reduce.
Yes, sir.
Means
Find it.
something reduce the use of fossil fuel. That means you don't need to use oil. Do you know the foil? Do you know
So
the
mean
foil? Oil means some well used for the transportation. Diesel is a
oil.
foil.
Yes,
Petrol
yes,
is
sir.
a
Diesel.
foil.
Yes, sir.
Petrol is a foil. And you don't need to use fossil fuel. Why? By cutting out of the need for the tractor.
Yes, sir.
That mean when you don't use tractor, you don't need to use oil.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now we can go. Now we can go to the question part. Question is that if you read the question again, question number 5, what will be the answer? Please.
So question number 4.
Four. Consumption
Yes.
of something would be cut because
Fossil foil.
agricultural transport would be unnecessary. What will be the answer?
Fossil foil.
Fossil fuel. Thank you. So one thing is very important here. Everything are in the passage. For the reading, everything are in the passage. Just you have to find the location and just find the answer. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So the next question, please. Who will read the question number 5? Please, anyone? I like to request anyone to read question number 5. Question number 5, please.
The fact that vertical farms would need a blank light is a disadvantage.
The fact that vertical farm would dash would blank light for disadvantage. What is the main word in the sentence? What is the main thing of the sentences? The fact that vertical farm must need some light. What kinds of light is must need some light? It is a disadvantage. So which part you have to find? You have to find some light. Light mean maybe blue light, maybe white light, maybe green light. Light
Yes, sir.
need. That is disadvantage. To what you have to find? We can find some light, or we
Yes,
can
sir.
find disadvantage. But sometimes in IELTS wording, they use some synonym word. Disadvantage, they can use demerit. Now we can go to the preface again. Line of the paragraph. Line of the paragraph, we can have next paragraph. Can you please read the next paragraph?
Yes,
As
sir.
you have written the next.
A, ma-
Yes.
a major drawback of the vertical farming, however, it is that the plant would require artificial light. Without it, those plants nearest the windows would be exposed to more sunlight and grow more quickly, reducing.
Enough, because you find the answer.
Yes,
The
sir.
major drawback. What do you
Artificial.
mean by drawback? Drawback
Drawback
means
is
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
This is what you find. And
Yes,
the
sir.
artificial, the major drawback of vertical farming, however, is that the plant require, that means plant would need artificial light. Can we
Yes,
get
sir.
the answer? Can
Yes,
we
sir.
get the answer?
Artificial.
What will be the
Art-
answer?
Artificial.
Artificial. Now we can go again the question. Go again the question. The fact that vertical farm need artificial light is a drawback or disadvantage. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
What do you have to write? You have to write in your answer sheet that just artificial. Just write artificial.
Okay,
You
sir.
don't have to feel hesitate that you may have the spelling mistake because what is in the passage. So in the reading part, this is very advantage for us. We just find the answer in the passage just and not in the question answer sheets. This is very important. And every question follow the sequence. This is another techniques. First technique is that just read the question and understand the main thing of the question. How can we find the main thing of the question? If we understand the meanings of the question, it is easy for us to find the main thing of the questions. Then we go through the passage one after one, paragraph after paragraphs. We just read and start finding the main point. It saves your time. If you practice yourself at your home, you may get a good result. So next question, who will read the question number? Next question. I like to request to read the question number with Samira Khanets. Samira Khanets. Hello, Samira Khanets. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Uh,
Samira, please. Yeah, please
one
read.
form of vertical farming involves planting in dash which are not fixed.
So I like to help you. One form of vertical farming involved, that means some form of vertical farm where involved, where they have plantings in, they are planting in any places which are not fixed. Fixed, that means which move anywhere. It may be train, it may be buses. Bus is not fixed, train is not. That means somewhere they plant vertical farm which is not fixed. So Samira, which word you will find in the passage? The main word we will find in the passage.
The opposite of fixed. Maybe move.
That means vertical farm will plant in any places which is not fixed. You have to find some places of not fixed. Fixed, not fixed, that means the train, maybe rail or some places. And where are they? Now we can go through the passage. You can go through the passage of the word. Vertical farm, artificial light without plant nearest and window would be exposed to more sunlight to grow more quickly. Then we have to go to the next paragraph because each question answer follow the sequence. The efficiency systems, single story greenhouse have the benefit of natural overhead of light. So even so, many scale need artificial light. A multi-story facility will, with no natural overhead light, would require for the more. Generating enough light could be privately expensive unless cheap renewable energy is available. And this is appear to be rather a future inspiration than a likelihood for the nature trends. We didn't find any location of the moving places. Then we can go the next paragraph. One variation of the vertical farming that has been developed to grow plant is strict
Yes.
tray that move on the rail. What do you mean by move on the rail?
So not means it's not fixed.
Not fixed. So where they're growing in the rail? Where they're growing vertical farm in the rail?
Can be transport.
No. Read again. One variation on vertical farm. That means something variation, something different of vertical
Yes, sir.
farm
Sir,
that has been developed.
stack trays.
Exactly, they develop is grown in the struck street
Yes,
something tree
Talk
stack
states.
trays. Answer.
that move on the rail. I think it's clear to understand which
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's clear.
what will be the answer. Struck tree, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Now we can go to find another question. Next question you have to answer on that the team thinks that. Who will read the question number 6? We have fine. Question number 7, please. Who will read the question number 7? Question number 7, please. Anyone read the question number 7? Here we have some participant like Mahir. Mr. Mahir, please, Mr. Mahir,
Yes, sir.
please, can you read the question number 7?
Yes, sir.
Please keep reading the
The
question.
most Yes, sir. The most probable development is that food will be grown on dash in towns and cities.
Most probable development is that food will be grown in dash town and city. So if you understand Mr. Maheen the question well, you can understand the main word of the question. So we need to find the main word. Most probable development, that means they developed that food will be grown. They will grow the food. Some places on the places, town and city. Maheen, what is the main word in the passage?
Where the foods are grown.
Where the food is grown on town and city. That means town and city
Town
is
in
the
the
main
city.
word. We can go to the passage again.
We have to find the place where the food is grown. Town and
Yes,
city.
the places you can find the rest of the paragraph. This paragraph we can find the trail and this paragraph. You can read vertical farm is an attempt to address the undoubted problems that we face in producing enough food for growing population at the moment. So more need to be done to reduce the detrimental. In fact, it would have no on environment, particularly as regard the use energy. Well, it is it is possible that much for our food will be grown in a skyscraper in the future. That means they will grow the food in the skyscraper. A skyscraper is like the in the sky some places. Most experts currently believe it is far more likely that we will simply use the space available on the urban road trips. What do you mean by urban, Mr. Maheen? What do you mean by urban? Can you tell me what do you mean by urban?
Urban means village area or
No.
It's a
outside of the
cities.
city, out of the
Urban
cities.
means city area. So
City area.
where they grow in the city area? Where will they grow vertical farm in the city area? Clearly, they mentioned that we will simply use. They will use some spaces available on urban
Urban
rooftop.
roof,
Rooftop means your
rooftop.
building roof. There is the place, spaces up of your building. This is called rooftop. So what will be the answer, Mr. Maheen? You can read the question again.
The answer will be rooftops.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Answer will be good. Now we can have discuss again with every participant. So today's classes I discussed about reading part. The question I discussed is about the fill in the blanks, and I think you understand well how to find your answer very rapid possible times.
Sir, I have one question, please.
In my classes, I will discuss lots of techniques. If you understand well all the technique, I think you are supposed to have 7 score, 7.5 score, or 8 and 9 score. So I like to recommend you keep touch with us, follow our instructions, practice yourself. Then if you do our full courses, you will be more benefited. So now I like to know anyone's feedbacks.
So I
Mr.
have a question.
Sir, I have one question, please.
Please, you can ask me.
Sir, we don't have any kind of books or PDF files. So where
I
we
will
can do
recommend.
practices?
I will recommend you some books. I will recommend you some books. You can collect some books in anywhere. In Pakistan, you can have. In India or in Bangladesh, you can have the book. We will recommend you some books. So you don't have to worry about it. We will recommend some books to practice yourself. Before that, you need to keep touch with us to know the technique strategy for reading parts and writing part as well. We will train you. Then you can practice yourself. You can find your score as well. Now please feedback once. I like to know the feedback of a person.
So I have a question.
Yeah, please, you can ask me questions.
So how much time will be given for the fill in the blanks?
Total time you can have, there's no fixed time for only one type of question. Total time you can have 60 minutes for the whole questions. You have to budget your times. You have to maintain the book. My recommendation, don't spend more than 2 minutes for each question solving. Don't spend more than 1.5 minutes for finding each question. Just you have to gather ability to find an answer in 90 minutes. Sorry, in 90 seconds. That
Okay,
means
sir.
So,
1.5 minutes. So you can have a
So-
question too.
So one more question.
Yes, please.
So you means 60 minutes for 7 type of questions.
60 minutes for finding 40 questions. There may be 7 type, there may be 4 type of question, there may be 5 type of question. But if you want to know the strategy of finding 7 type of question, you don't have to face any problem with reading part.
Okay, sir. So
Sir,
same
there,
strategy.
Yes, please.
So there is same strategy for all the questions.
No, not semester. This is strategy for this type of question. We will discuss for more strategy for more types of question. This is for the fill in the blanks.
Okay, okay, sir.
And
Thank you.
another type of question, another different strategy. I will discuss. I will make you clear.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
So, to know every participant, if you have some problems, you can ask me regarding today's classes. Or I like to invite Mr. Habib Sir